everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Yarn Hellions. This is episode 10, and we're so glad that you are here with us. I'm Sarah Flynn. I'm the owner of Superfine Yarn Co. And this is Christine Parker of Christine Parker Co. I'm a dyer, and she's a designer, if you're just tuning in. We've gotten a lot of new followers this week, so that's good.
Yay, thanks.
Yeah. So we're going to share, we got so many comments about notions that you like. So we are going to talk about those, and we have a giveaway and some new things we've been working on.
Liar.
A liar. We have nothing new.
We just before we started recording, we were talking about how we're not
having enough to talk about.
We don't have any yarn. I'm not working on any projects right now. Like we're like, what are we going to talk about? But actually, from our episode 9 was we were sharing all of our favorite notions and tools for knitting and crocheting, and we asked you to comment with your favorite stuff. So we have all that. There's tons of cool things to talk about today, even if we don't have anything new going on. Before we get into the tools and stuff, Sarah and I met last week and did like a brainstorming strategy session. So we like planned out the next couple months of episodes for you. So today today's episode 10. We're doing the follow-up on all of it's like part 2 of favorite tools and notions. And then episode 11 will be Friday, April 16th. We're going to tell you some of our favorite Instagram accounts to follow. So if your feed needs a refresh, we'll have some ideas for you there. May 7th, we're going to talk about our favorite thrillers. So like it'll be a whole episode all about thriller books. May 21st, we're going to go over and share our favorite patterns for beginner knitters and crocheters, because I crochet. So I'll share some crochet stuff. And sometimes like the beginner, like the really super basic patterns are so fun to revisit even if you're like an advanced knitter and you're like, oh my God, I just need something to rest my brain. I don't want to do something super complicated. So we'll have those May 21st. And then the first episode in June, we're going to recap and do like a review of the Great Lakes Fiber Show, which is over Memorial Day weekend in Worcester, Ohio. And if you're going to be in the area, come hang out. We're going to be there on Saturday. So that's the Great Lakes Fiber Show, Memorial Day weekend. That's in Worcester, Ohio. So that's what's coming up with us for our episodes. Anything new with you, Sarah, you want to talk about?
I got a vaccine appointment for next week, so I'm excited about that.
Me too. Actually, my appointment is the day this episode comes out. Will be, they will be poking me in the arm. I'm so excited.
Great.
Yeah, that was a whole pain though. Like, did you have any trouble getting an appointment scheduled?
I did. I was on the site and couldn't get, so yeah, I made a few phone calls, and yeah, it took a little longer than I thought, but
phone calls. I had an appointment for last week. Actually, no, what's today? Yeah, it was like last week I had an appointment, but then I found out that you can't, or at least they super advise against getting the COVID vaccine within 14 days of getting a flu shot. And I had just gotten a flu shot at my last doctor's appointment, which would have been 2 weeks ago now. So I had to reschedule. So that's why I'm not going to be getting my shot till Friday. But I think I just saw now in Ohio, officially everybody over the age of 16 is eligible. So Go get your shots, you guys. Go get vaccinated, and then we can hang out IRL. And I'm gonna hug everybody. We got our Yarn Hellions postcards. I think I mentioned in the last episode that we were working on those because we finished our logo. So here's our postcards. You'll probably see these if you shop with me or Sarah. You'll get one of these in your packages. They turned out really cute. I'm really happy with them. And look, our little faces are on the other side. So we'll have these. We're going to give them out at the Great Lakes Fiber Show too.
Yeah, That's okay. We have so many like tools and stuff to talk about. I think
There's so
we've got
much
plenty.
stuff.
You got a
I couldn't.
cat.
Oh yeah, that's Joe. She's my least favorite.
I saw your post.
Somebody has to be. They can't all be Phyllis fans.
Right.
Oops. Yeah, wow. You guys have so many cool tools and shit. Like your stitch markers and things. I'm really excited to talk about those. So, a lot of people said like one of the best things that they do is have like little notions baggies all over their house. Like
Or in each project bag, which is super smart.
Really smart. So let's see. Karen M said that she's got the like little pouches in every project bag, and Rebecca M said that she uses I just distracted myself because I'm like, wait, I don't know everybody's pronouns. I just assume that everybody is a she, but you can't do that anymore. So I'm gonna practice saying they. So Rebecca M said that she repurposes like the little cosmetics bags for notions and tools. I thought that was really smart.
So smart.
Yeah, like little. I love like little zipper.
Never have too many.
Little zipper pouches. And then you guys told us all your favorite needles. Some I hadn't even heard of. So a lot of people like the Chow Goo ones.
Yep. Nitpicks, Addie Lee.
Yeah, I've heard of those. I had never heard of is it Licky? Lykke? Sandy H recommended the Licky. Licky?
I'm
gonna have to look that one up too.
And I hadn't heard of collage.
Yeah. Did I get a picture of those?
Oh yeah, let's see.
No, I didn't. Well, Candy L said that she uses collage square needles, KOLLAGE, and we'll link, like I've got links for everything in the show notes. So I looked them up and they're ergonomic, handmade, aluminum, and they have a lifetime warranty. That's pretty kick-ass. They look really nice. If you go on their website, they look really cool. I think they were expensive though. Like one set of needles was like, or like I think like one set of circular needles was like $24 or something, which is expensive, but a lifetime warranty. I mean, how many needles do you like leave a project on the couch and then you go and you sit on it and they bend or snap? I've done that. What else? Go ahead, Sarah. Were you going to say something?
I was going to say a lot of mentions. Excuse me. Amy and Lisa both mentioned having those it's a crochet hook, but then it has like a point at the other end. It's like a kind of fix it kind of combo where you can like pick at stitches and fix them. So some people had like names for them, but it seemed like there was a bunch of different kinds of them. So.
Yeah. I need to get one of those because usually I have a crochet hook, but these sound like they're like little and you can just keep them in a project bag.
Yeah.
Those are smart. Excuse me. Oh shit, I didn't grab it. Sorry, I keep burping. Sorry, guys. The little light bulb stitch markers. A lot of you said those, mentioned those. They're like, it's like they're wire and it's like a safety pin, but with like a big rounded bulb on the end. I didn't grab one. Do you have one, Sarah?
I've got one, yeah.
Those aren't, I don't like them as much as the like the plastic kind that I showed last time.
I think it depends what size needle you're using.
Yeah. I don't knit with really tiny needles that often, so. I bet you sock knitters love those. Yeah. And those are cheap too. You can get, I mean,
bunch of them, yeah.
Stitch.
And then, Diane was talking about that she has her own knitting journal, and that's how she tracks projects instead of
Yeah.
Ravelry.
That's smart. She said, no, I'm sorry. They said they have like a little HP Sprocket like photo printer. Did you look
What
that
that
up
is?
at
It's
all?
like the tiny one.
Yeah, it's like just a
Okay.
little tiny printer, and it'll print like for printing photos. And then she'll like take a picture of her project, print it out, and then put that in her little hard copy knitting journal, which is so
That's
smart.
really nice.
Their knitting journal. Man, that's pronouns are hard. But it's good to practice. I think I mentioned fancy food stitch markers in the last episode and how I don't have any, but I really want some. And Heather S said, check out Little Bitty Delights. Did you look?
They're
I think I got a
so
picture.
cute. I was going to buy some, but the ones I wanted were sold out. So I'm gonna hold on till there's little teeny glazed donuts.
Yeah, here's little apple pie.
Oh my gosh.
So cute. Like I would eat that.
They're all adorable.
Yeah, they look like real food. Oops. Here's some donuts. There we go. Donuts. We'll link their shop in the show notes too. I really love this one. If you watched Gilmore Girls, they have a little Luke's Diner stitch marker with a donut, little cup of coffee. So cute. Yeah, those I want food ones. I really just want a donut right now. That would be great. Food stitch markers.
And there were some like super fancy ones, those Pearl Smith ones.
Whoa, those I got a picture of those too.
They are gorgeous. You just think, oh, it's gonna be like pearl. They are such bright colors. They're so pretty.
So Pearl Smith, Purl Smith, because knitting, makes these stitch markers out of like real pearls.
Crazy. Sarah put those up.
Yeah, Sarah R. Those are. I would love to know where you even found those, Sarah R. How did you hear about them? Because those are awesome. And then Sarah R. also mentioned the Phlox stitch markers. Yeah. I had never heard of these.
Me neither.
They're so cool. They look like
twists.
Yeah, it's like a circular needle. I mean, right? Those look like little tiny.
But they're tiny, needles,
yeah. With like, I don't know if it's elastic or like a little wire. It's like a soft
wire, yeah.
I don't know, soft, so that you can like loop it over your needles, but then also like poke it through if you need to mark like a single stitch or whatever. Yeah. Those are cool. I really want to get some of those. Cute. She said, they said they're a stitch marker snob. Sarah R., the stitch marker snob. Patricia W. mentioned thread and maple, which I'd never heard of. And they have like leather cork and like wooden notions and tools and cool stuff. Like here's a thread and maple. Here's a just like a little wooden box to I guess to store your notions, or you could pop some yarn in there, use it as a yarn bowl, and like these really gorgeous needle holder things they're leather. So fancy. Did I get anything? Oh, and they have these really pretty cork project bags. I didn't even know you could make.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't even know you could make. Oops. There we go. I didn't know you could make cork into like it's like fabric. That's so cool. I think, is cork a renewable resource? I feel like I heard that it was. I think Devin.
I do not know.
Okay. Never mind. I swear Devin said like he read an article about how cork is like, because it's like fast growing or something. So they're like considering it it's like considered a renewable resource. I don't know. If anybody knows, let us know in the comments. Project bags.
Oh my gosh.
You said you bought one.
I did buy one. Oh my gosh. So Jessica, she suggested Lila Styles, which is on Etsy, and I got a
nice
superhero bag, which I am in love with.
That's so cool. Oh, little polka dots on the inside.
So it's super fun. So I can't believe it came so fast.
Yeah. Wow.
I know. I was on top.
Super cute.
So Lila Styles on Etsy. We'll link to it. Also, I Heart You, which had some cute ones as well. There was ones with little raccoons on it. I really liked. And
I Heart You, like EWE, like a sheep.
EWE, yeah. So cute. Some other Mashila had Whimsy Stitches, which I had bought one earlier this year. So actually I still have it. This is my Whimsy Stitches bag.
Oh yeah.
So
we talked about that at one of the earlier episodes.
Yeah. And he has they were saying he has see-through project bags, which that's kind of cool. If you have lots going on, then you can just peek in there. So I went on and looked at those. They're pretty cool.
One of my my favorite project bags is like those, they're like 2-gallon Ziploc freezer bags, like plastic clear freezer bags.
So you can see.
They're and if you get the 2-gallon ones, they're big enough to like hold a substantial size project, and you can see what's in there. So like if you tend to lose stuff, or you're like, what is in this bag? I have no idea. Where did my project go? Like those Ziploc bag, and they're so cheap. I mean, comparatively, compared to like, a handmade, hand sewn, beautiful project bag. So yeah, the see-through, that's cool.
Yeah, very. So there was votes for like for yarn bowls, and like whether to use like baskets. Like Lori Lou was saying, she stores things in baskets and then like sorts them out and puts them into her project bags.
That's smart. To keep like everything all in one place instead of scattered all over your house, Christine. When we were planning episode ideas, like different topics, one idea that I had was to like have a guest organizer. My cousin is a professional organizer, and I bet I could get her to come on an episode and like tell us about ideas for storing yarn and organizing your stash and all that stuff. That might be a fun episode for in the future when we're all vaccinated. Baskets. Oh, so it's interesting how some people like yarn bowls, but like they're like, no, not this, no notches. I don't want to. The notch is annoying, because you have like your bowl and it'll have like a slit in the side for the yarn to feed through.
Right.
Some folks were like, no, that sucks.
But they didn't like to feed it through at all, or they didn't like the notch.
I think just that I think they didn't like to feed it through. So they would like turn the bowl around and just use it, just like pretend it's just a bowl. Yeah. I think that I can't remember who that was. I think that was Mashila. And I think they also said that they like instead of little baggies for notions, they like to have like little ceramic dishes.
That's cute.
Like around. Yeah. That would be so pretty to like have. I can't handle dishes and baskets and things because I'll put things in there that don't belong. But if you're like an organized person, with self-control, you could probably handle it.
Do that.
What else?
Oh, and one I forgot, and of course I didn't bring it this week either. Acreworks. Jessica H mentioned their swatch gauge, and it is really cool. They were at the Kentucky Sheep and Wool when I went in 2019, and it's like actually
I think I got a picture of that, but I don't know where.
There.
Did I get a picture or no?
Yeah. Open it up. It is really cool. So you can see it on there. You put it on top of your swatch, and then you can measure it that way. And I think they're 3D printed.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it has like these little, you can like set it on there and get a really accurate gauge measurement.
Oh my God. I hate gauge so much. And I'll tell you about that when we talk about like our projects and stuff. Let's see. So cats are problems for a lot of people. Megan R said that her cat eats like those the retractable. Speaking of cats, eats the retractable tape measures. Bad kitty. And then Katie said that her cat will their cat will get in their lap, like if they're knitting or whatever, and like just want to cuddle up on the project. This one does it too. She's obsessed with my knitting my waffle stitch Afghan, and she just like wants to lay on it all the time. So Katie said I got like a nice, like a pillow to put next to me so that when I'm crocheting or knitting or whatever, the cat will go on this pillow. It's a cat trap. That's really smart. Megan R said, since we're talking about measuring, Megan R said that they've seen like fancy leather bracelets that are rulers, and actually I have some, and I've been meaning to talk about them for like since like the second episode or something, so I put mine on. I have two of them. These are they're called Wrist Ruler, from I think it's probably like wristruler.com or something like that, but it's just like this nice leather bracelet. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it clear. Well, anyway, it's like a wrap bracelet with like a little finding so that you can like wear your ruler, and it looks cool. And they come in a million colors, and they're really good quality. So Wrist Ruler, I'll link those in the show notes. But yeah, Megan R, get you a wrist ruler. I don't think your cat would eat that probably.
I actually downloaded this. Jessica L said she uses my row counter app. So I've never heard
of that.
Yeah, I haven't started using it, but it has a lot of features on it. You can keep tracking. You can have different projects in there. You can keep time for when you're working on that project to know how long it took you total, which
oh wow,
is terrifying, I'm sure, for some projects. And then you can set it up to like obviously count rows. So yeah, there was a lot of little like tools on here you can use. So
cool. Cute. My row counter. I will be honest, I have never used a row counter. I would probably never use that app because I'm like how do you use a row counter? Is it like you knit a row and then you click your thingy?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I would never remember to do that. So like to count rows, I'll put like a locking stitch marker on row 10 or whatever, like the first row of my the pattern repeat or whatever, and then I'll be able to I'll just count. So like I'll know like, row 10 is here's row 10, and then with the marker, and then I can just count up, because I would never remember.
But if it switches, like the pattern switches every row, that makes it tough too, to be like,
it does.
This is row 4.
Yeah. I mean, it's a struggle. I don't know. I just know that I would never
wouldn't click it each time.
I would, and I know there's like those I mean, I guess that's probably just like a habit you have to develop. Yeah, like cables are horrible for like if you're gonna mark your row and then try to count. that's confusing. So I just never knit cables. I think that was it. The only other thing, like Diane said, that she uses dental floss for beading. I've heard of that before. And they like to shop at hardware stores for notions. That's like me too. I love like my little stitch markers that are fine.
So smart.
Yeah. The cat that I just was showing, she's my waffle stitch Afghan is right next to me, and she's like trying to get into it right now. Right now, you stupid cat. Man, I think that's it. Did we miss anything?
No, I think
Wowie.
We have so many good ones.
I know, and like now I have so much that I need to buy.
So we needed to buy more.
I know. Oh, and last time I meant to talk about my blocking mats. Speaking of hardware stores, because blocking mats, if you get like knitting, like special knitting ones, they're so freaking expensive, and all they are is like those foam squares. So I got like foam floor mats at Harbor Freight for like 15. You get like 9-foot square for $15.
That's great.
Yeah. So Harbor Freight, they're like, I was gonna show one, but they're huge. They're like I think they're like 24 inches by 24 inches, so they're really big. But if you want smaller ones, Sarah, you use like those foam, like the puzzle.
I use like the puzzle pieces.
Yeah, like for kids or whatever. That's smart too.
Yeah.
I need to get smaller ones because those, like the Harbor Freight ones, are cheap, but they are huge, and so they're really only good if you want to block like a huge shawl or something. And then I remembered I wanted to show my Swift and my winder, but those are also really big, so I'm going to put those on Instagram. I'll show you guys on Instagram my Swift and my winder. They're Stanwood brand, if you care. I'll put the link to those too. Okay, that is it, but we'll keep talking about, I mean, you can always share your cool stuff that you find or that you hear about. Share it with us and we'll talk about it on the podcast, and stuff that we come across we'll share too. And Sarah, you have in your notes something about lip balm
but I forgot it, so I'm gonna do it next time. It's real organized this morning.
Never mind.
So I think I'm gonna skip to the giveaway, which I spun it this morning, and the winner of the face mask is Lisa H.
Lisa H.
So I'll send you a message.
Nope, it's I will do it.
Oh, you will?
Well, because it's yours. It's it's one of my masks. So I'll I'll Lisa H, I will find you and you can give me your info and I'll send you a mask. Do we have a prize for today?
We do. I bought a skein of oh my gosh, I was just blanking on it. Laughing Cat fibers, and Laura is local and she has the coolest stuff. It is blacklight reactive.
What?
Yes. So
for all the
at her shows she'll have like a little flashlight. You can see how it looks, but so cool.
That's pretty.
So this is a skein of her bulky. Oh, she has a name for this. Speckles and Tails. So she's at a lot of local shows and on Etsy. So we'll put her info in there if you don't know her.
Do you know if she's going to be at Great Lakes?
I don't. I should have looked.
Do they have the vendor list out yet for Great Lakes?
They do. It's on their site.
Okay.
So we could put that.
Yeah, we'll link that.
No.
I'm curious.
Tina's Twisted Fibers. I think she's, if the map is the same as it was last year, she's right next to me.
Oh, cool.
So that's great. And then I think Destination Yarn is in my building too. There's other people, maybe Cornbread and Honey. So I should look at the list as well. But yeah, it's a really big show.
There's a dyer that I love that I can't think of their name. But they do like really like super bright, and it's something about colors. I can't think of it. It doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
anyway, I hope they're there.
Oh, good.
And I think they're local. Oh, anyway, sorry, I forgot we were doing the giveaway. Guys, I have a
That's okay.
headache. Like I'm struggling today.
Hey,
Continue.
yeah. So, I want to do a food one. So, I want to do your favorite thing you eat for dinner that's not a meal. So, like growing up, my mom, when she didn't want to cook, we would do popcorn and milkshakes, and it was the best ever. And then, most of the time we have to have meals and stuff. And I know when I visited my aunt once, we just had Triscuits and cheese for dinner. And I thought that was the most genius thing ever. And I still remember it to this day. So if it's cereal, if it's nachos, like I want to hear what you guys eat for
Nachos.
dinner. That's just like fun and does not take any time. And so comment below so I have more dinner ideas.
Yeah.
And you'll be entered for this Laughing Cat game.
I will say one of my favorite dinners that is not dinner is ants on a log. You know, like celery
Oh my
with peanut butter
gosh.
and raisins on it, like a freaking kindergartner. I love that. I eat that all the time.
That's so funny.
Okay. We can talk about our stuff that we don't, I mean, there's not, so like now we would talk about like yarn and merch and
Yeah.
but I don't know, we don't have that much. Sarah, what do you have?
I don't have that much. I just spent the last I always ship out right before the beginning of the month monthly yarn boxes. You saw me working on them when you came out last week. So I don't have any new colors for my shop, but I have new colors for yarn stores. So I just wanted to give a short plug to them. So I always do 4 colors. So I know it's kind of hard to see. So there's 4 different bases. It's 24 in a box, 4 bases with 6 skeins each. So I'll highlight. This was my, that was the Surrey color. So really cute, fluffy, and some, it's like multiple purples and a little bit up at the top there. It's kind of like a cantaloupe yellow color in there. So there's that one. And a lot of the stores that I send them to, they sell them online. So just send me a message and I can, I like to kind of spread around, you know, where people shop for them so I can support all the stores. And then this was the DK.
I love that.
My brother dyed this. It came out really, really nice. So it has a gray base and then there are like lots of different colored speckles on it. So no, I'll post these too so you can see a little better than holding it up. But so yeah, those are really all that's new. And then coming up, I'm gonna start working on colors for Great Lakes.
Oh, are you gonna do? You're gonna have like custom? Are you gonna have a custom?
Yeah, I think I am gonna do a color just for Great Lakes, and then just to like beef up like what I have now to try and get some new colors in there too.
Nice.
But yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have. I mean, the only like new thing I don't. I'm so. What is my mouth doing? What am I trying to say? The only like new thing that I have going on right now, which is so I like the other day I was like, you know, it would be funny, a pin with a syringe on it that says I'm vaccinated as fuck. So then I like made it. And everybody was so excited. So I do have these. There's 2 versions. There's vaccinated as fuck and vaccinated AF. So you can, those are in my shop right now if you want to get a little pin back button to wear after you're vaccinated. And by the way, guys, if you order, so like apparently having 2 very similar designs was like too much for my printing company to handle. Because they like I got like 3 messages yesterday from people who are like, yeah, I ordered, you know, the swearing version, but I got the AF one or whatever, or vice versa, or I ordered a couple and they sent me all of the same thing. And so if you bought pins for me and your order is messed up, just email me or contact me on Etsy or DM or whatever, and I will fix it. I can file a claim with the printing company and they will either refund you or send you a replacement pin, because you should get what you pay for, even though, I know they're really similar, and I know that everybody who messaged me was like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, but I don't really care, but I just wanted you to know just in case. But like, you should get what you pay for. Like, that's not how I roll. So I want to fix it for you. So if your order's messed up, let me know and I will fix it. I'm working on t-shirts also. That's all I'm going to say about that, because they're not ready yet. But they will be cool and they will be relevant to this podcast. So wait for that. Watch for those. That's it. That's my merch. That's all I got right now. Oh, I guess I can add, I'm working on the May pin design for the pin club. I've got some really fun doodles that they're rude and they're offensive and they're hilarious, and I'm so excited. So those, if you're in the pin club, we will be voting on those in the next couple of days, maybe next week. And I know that the April pins, the record player ones, they've shipped from the manufacturer to me. So I'm waiting to get them. And then like next week, they will start shipping out to pin club members. So, okay, now I'm done. You were working on your mittens.
I was.
I got to see them in person when
I know.
I went and visited.
So exciting. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Still have, well, a few things, but oh my gosh. I finished my first one. Except no thumb yet. Just afterthought. Yeah. Not quite finished, but
so it's just like you have a paw.
I know. Just one, my thumb is stuck in there. But so much fun. These baubles were so fun. So
that's so cute.
I like making them because I have another mitten to go. But yeah, I really had so much fun with this. So we're gonna see how I do. I have my little seam in there with waste yarn. So see how the afterthought thumb goes.
Ooh, scary. Do you have to steek it?
But what?
Do you have to steek it?
No, you just you go in and like pull that, like pull it out almost, and like pick them up as you go, and then use a magic loop to do the thumb. So I found a video on it, but I wasn't quite ready for it. And then I started the second one.
Nice.
So yeah, and I love the tiny needles. So I knew Ryan said he had used these for socks. So now I'm kind of curious about socks. So I was asking for vanilla patterns for people to send me. So I've gotten a few recommendations. So now I'm curious. So I think, debating like which kind of sock I want to do, because you can do the same thing and do like an afterthought feel. So there's so many options. So, and one of my show buddies, Knitterly Things, she does self-striping sock yarn that's gorgeous. So I just got for myself. So
fun.
That'll be my sock inspiration. So I'll show that off when it comes in. So that's so exciting. So
just in time to wear for summer.
Perfect summer mitten. But I'm glad because I'm gonna have the Surrey at Great Lakes. So
I got to pet that the other day, and it is very soft and very floofy. And I
have a finished object, which is my songbird shawl. So, and I did the tassels.
So cute.
Oh my gosh, the tassels were so much fun. I'm glad I did them. And yeah, it is adorable. It's bigger than it looked when I had started it. But, really fun pattern and really nice size.
Show
Yeah.
the now that you just put it on, take it off and show us the bind off, the Pico bind off.
Oh yeah. Here.
So cute.
Actually, that's not as good from that side. Yeah, there we go. That was really,
Love that.
I hadn't done a Pico bind off, so fun. So that's on the worsted BFL base. And I'm catching.
Cute.
So I need to figure out something else to cast on because I just have mittens now. So that's a dilemma. But yeah, so I feel accomplished.
Yeah,
How
the
about
only
you?
thing I'm like working on right now is the waffle stitch Afghan. But I'm not working on it. Cuz I'm like, you have to finish the waffle Afghan, Christine, like you need to work on that. And so like I won't let myself work on anything else. So I'm just not working on anything at all. Yeah. And so I've maybe added a couple inches to the peach stripe I think I was in the last episode. So I'm not even going to hold it up. But I am getting ready to release my Retrowhirl Hat and Cowl set. I just sent the pattern draft to the tech editor this week. So I'm waiting to hear back when she's going to be able to return her edits to me. And then as soon as I know that, I'll start looking for test knitters. And then we'll do the test and then maybe like a fun photo shoot with my friend Jadia. And then it'll be ready to go. So I told you I was going to complain about Gauge before. So I guess I should show it. So the Retrowhirl set, I know I've been talking about this since like the first episode because everything takes me forever. It's the reverse stockinette hat and cowl, and this is Sarah's yarn. This is Erie Single, and the colorway is Pennyroyal. So it's a slouchy hat. I'm actually wearing. This is the same pattern. It's a slouchy hat, reverse stockinette, and then a cowl, a fitted cowl. It's like 18 inches deep, tall, and it's close fitting, so it'll like smush up on your neck. Reverse stockinette, and you can knit it in either like a single color, or I also included instructions for doing a scrappy version to use up all your little sock yarn bits and pieces. And they like, because it's reverse stockinette, they like fade together. So and then so gauge wise, I had to knit a swatch, I had to block it, I had to measure it, and then I had to use that information to learn pattern grading because I wanted the hat to come in multiple sizes. So I have 7 hat sizes for you guys, all the way from so I have infant all the way to adult extra large, which is like a 26-inch head circumference. So for you people with really big brains, I got you covered. This one is like the adult small, I think, because my brain is tiny. So those will be I don't know when I'm going to be able to let you know about test knitting, but I'm going to run the test knit through my Discord server. So that'll be something new to try. That's all I got on that, I think. Did I say all my words that I was supposed to say? I'm really excited about the scrappy version because, like, you know, I don't knit socks, but I love to knit with fingering weight yarn. So I always have little pieces left over from shawls and stuff, but it's never enough to make like a whole nother shawl. So it was fun to like dive into my stash and like pick out colors to like fade together in this in the hat. And the cowl is the same way. The cowl you can do in multiple colors if you want. There's recipes for both. Books. What have you been reading?
Boy, I had to give up on like multiple books this time around. Just wasn't really into them, or like something weird. Like it just, so it's kind of disappointing. So, and I was doing a lot of audio. So I don't have a ton to report. One I did really like on um, audio, which is Promise of Blood, which is
Ooh.
like military fantasy. Brian McClellan, and I know this isn't everyone's bag, but I really enjoyed it. It was great on audio. The narration was fantastic. The voices were fantastic. So it opens up on this coup of this in like police inspector, it's called, in the middle of the night to come to the castle. And it's kind of empty and there's something not quite right. And he goes up and they've overthrown the king. Because he hasn't been a very good king and hasn't taken care of the people. So one of these commanders had a coup, and so it's the beginning of that, and how it's it's taking care of this nation isn't easy. So this guy knows the king did a bad job, and he has the best intentions, but trying to like cobble together this new nation. And so it's all of the politics and drama between him and the head of the church and the head of the union and these other people he's brought with him to try and fix the nation. And it's really tough. So there's all these factions, all of this intrigue, getting attacked on multiple fronts. And so I really enjoyed it.
You said it was fantasy.
It is. It's like, so they're, in addition to all this, they're powder mages. So they ingest gunpowder and it gives them like magical abilities.
Okay.
So certain people in the world. So that kind of adds to, the intrigue, and like how many of these mages you have, shows how powerful you are. And so there's a lot to that. So there's like that kind of element to it as well.
Fun.
Yeah.
I haven't, I don't read a ton of fantasy, so I'm not surprised I haven't come across anything like that before. Like usually, like you think of fantasy and it's like dragons or fairies or,
Right.
other kinds of
This
magic.
is like
That's different.
the darker side of it, but it's like, kind of, things I enjoy from like Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings, like the big battle scenes.
Yeah.
It was really exciting. So that was a keeper. And then I sent you a message. One of my coworkers wrote a book and I just started it. So Body of Stars by Laura Walter. And the future is mapped out on women's bodies with their moles or their birthmarks. And so when you're a child, you have these patterns and people read them. And so there's a lot, I just started, but there's a lot tied to like women's bodies and ownership of them. When you hit puberty, you go through a phase and you get like almost a new set, and it changes like the predictions for the future. So there's a lot tied into like men become attracted to you, you become like this object, more sexual object. So there's a lot of that tied up in it too. So I'm actually been asked to do a little talk with her, which I'll put up information when I know a little bit more. So it'll be the end of April with Laura. So I'm really excited about that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Again, an interesting concept that like.
Promise, yeah. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
So I'm just on chapter 2.
Is that all your books before I?
All my books.
Okay. Before I dive into my own stuff. Where are my book covers? I read Miss Benson's Beetle by Rachel Joyce, which was recommended to me by Amia, our friend, who is also a librarian. So it's set in the 50s in Britain, and it's about Miss Benson, and she is super into Beatles, And she's a teacher, and but she's like not happy with her life, and she's like in her 50s or 40s, and she's getting older, and she's like depressed, and everything is sorry, there is something out my window that is very mysterious. There's just like a huge blue ball rolling down the street. like a big one.
Rogue.
Yeah, distracting. Okay. So Miss Benson is like, I was really into Beatles when I was a kid. I'm gonna go find this Beetle that no one else has ever found ever. And people are laughing at her because they think they're like, that's like going to find a unicorn. Like, that Beetle doesn't exist. That's not real. And she's like, no, watch me. I'm gonna fucking find it. So she like advertises for an assistant to join her on this journey to the South Pacific to go find this mythical Beetle. And the only person who answers her ad is this, like, it's like if Marilyn Monroe was a Beetleologist. What's the word for the study of beetles? We know that Lepidoptery is the butterfly one.
Butterfly.
I don't know what beetles are. So anyway, so like it's this like sort of ditzy, like bleach blonde, big boobs, stereotype character. Like, that's, she's kind of dumb. She like keeps getting into trouble. She doesn't have a passport, so she like unbuttons her blouse and like, oh, officer, please let me on the boat, that kind of thing. And so Miss Benson is like, what the hell? Like this is what I'm gonna have to spend 6 months with this bimbo looking for my Beetle. Like, this is ridiculous. And of course they they get into all kinds of trouble, and there's lots of shenanigans, and it's like a really funny, fast moving story, full of adventure, very charming. And then like just with the like most heartwarming ending. So I really super enjoyed that. That was for sure a 5-star book for me, which it's been a while since I've had a one that deserved 5 stars, but I gave that one 5 stars. Miss Benson's Beetle.
Ooh, I had to look up what the study of beetles was.
Okay.
Coleopterology.
Huh?
The Coleoptera is this order of beetles, so coleopterology.
Okay. I'm never going to remember that.
It's not as easy as Lepidoptery.
Yeah. And then I've been looking for like short books because I am behind on my read 100 books in 2021. So I'm like, oh my God, I got to like start cranking them out. And I found this book called Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. It's she's a Japanese author, and so this book is in translation, and it's about this woman who is on. It's implied that she's on the autism spectrum, but they don't ever actually like come out and say, oh, she's autistic, or she has Asperger's or whatever. But so like she like talks about how as a kid, she was like kind of weird, and like her family would try to fix her and like make her be normal, and she's like, I don't get it. Like, why you want me to do what? That's so weird. Why would I do this thing that everybody else seems to think is normal? Like, she doesn't get it. So as a young adult, she gets a job at a convenience store, and then boom, 18 years pass, and she's 36 years old, still working at the convenience store, not married, living alone. And like her family and all her friends are like, what is wrong with you? Why are you like, this is a college student's like dead end job. Why are you like, get a real job, get a, where's your career? Why don't you find a husband and become a mother and blah, blah, blah. And so they're like pressuring her into like following the traditional path of through adulthood or whatever. And she's like, but I love working at the store. Like, she's like, it's like part of me. She's like, she understands it, and she's like, the store speaks to me. And she's like, a kick-ass store employee, and so she just can't figure out why everybody wants her to be normal. And so, shenanigans ensue. And it's just really interesting the way like Japanese culture is different from like American culture, and also exactly the same. How things are like, you're like, wow, like Japanese culture, like they're so different than Americans, but women need to get married and have babies, and you should have a real job. You go to college, get a job in a salaried position, and that seems to be multicultural or universal. So that part was really interesting. Plus the just like reading the character's thoughts about what she thinks of stuff. It's a lot of it was a lot different than the way I think. So that was really fun and really interesting. And it's just like a lighthearted, super quick, easy read. I think it took me 2 days of bedtime reading to finish. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one. And I think I might be up to speed on my my goal, my 2021 goal.
I like how it tells you, oh, you're on track, or oh, you're behind.
Yeah, I think I was like behind 2 books, and I'm like, oh God, I got to catch up. Because if you get too far behind, you'll never be able to catch up. It's scary. Oh, and then I wanted to mention too, I started a book club in my Discord server.
Nice.
So we have, Discord is it's like a big chat room or a group text. But then there's also these like pages called channels that are different topics. So I have a yarncraft topic where we talk about yarn and knitting and crocheting and whatever and sharing our projects. And then there's one for pets, because I'm an animal person. I love to talk about that. So show me your pictures of your pets. And then so I just made a channel that's for a book club. So we voted on, everybody gave me a bunch of ideas for books that they wanted to read, and I put them in a poll, and then we voted on books we'd like to read together in April. And the one that won was, where's my pictures? Ninth House by Lee Bardugo. Ooh. It's I don't know a ton about it, but it's like this gifted student is recruited by secret societies in Harvard, or Yale recruits her to study these secret, the secret underground societies or something. And she's like, whoa, this is what is happening. Just read the thing, because I don't really know if that's what it's about. But anyway, we're gonna read that together in April, and then we'll talk about it in the Discord chat. And towards the end of the month, I'm gonna host a video hang / book discussion / knit together. We'll hang out for a little bit and talk about the book. So if you want to join my Discord server, you can get to it through Patreon, or right now there is a link in my Instagram bio, but I'm going to be removing that soon, because it's going to be only patrons through my Patreon will have access. So if you want to get in on that, get in on it now before I put it behind a paywall. That's it. I'm done. I got nothing else.
No, I'm done too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for hanging out. Episode 10. Hope you found some cool tools and notions to check out. We will be back in 2 weeks. What did I say our next episode is going to be? Why can't I find it? April 16th. Oh, our favorite Instagram accounts. We'll have that for you next time. Make sure you leave a comment on our video with your favorite non-dinner options for Sarah, and your favorite vanilla sock patterns, if you know of any, for the giveaway. And like and subscribe too. That always helps us out. And tell your knitting friends if you like our stuff, pass it around. We would love to hang out with more of you. That's it. I'm done. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.